Hello everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Antimatter Chemistry. In the last episode, we set up our cobblework system, and I want to thank you all for all of the lovely comments and the feedback that you left me. I still haven't gotten around to answer all of those comments. I will, I promise you. But let's go check out a little bit more functionality that I added to this, and also we're going to go build the chemical dissolver room where we're going to dissolve all of the different antimatters. What I basically added over here is redstone relays on structural ducts because I want to have these machines turn on redstone signal as well as actually extracting the items on redstone signal, because if the machine is just on, I believe it still causes a bit of lag in the world, and that way when it's turned off, I think it should be better. I currently don't have lag goggles installed, but I think it should be fine. And I don't know if we want to just put another drawer on top of this, a machine and that, and then another drawer and a machine and that, because basically all of the top parts are basically going to be covered due to covers and being exporters on top or importers on the bottom, or actually drawers on the bottom. So we could have two-layer machine, two-layer machine, two-layer machine, which again might be weird here on top, because if we do, hold on. Let's say this is, do I have drawers? I have drawers. If this is drawer, this is machine, that would be that. This is drawer, this is machine, and then we would have a white antimatter here. And then we have another white antimatter on top, and we have a white antimatter on the bottom. So it's actually kind of level, because it's 3 blocks, 3 blocks, 3 blocks. Yeah, that should be fine, I think. To get started on the chemical dissolving, we need 16 of these. We're going to need a bunch of importers, exporters, and detectors. And we're going to just transfer everything directly into the drawers because we have priorities set up in the right way. So it's going to go to the drawers and not fill up our storage disks. And I'm going to make sure that I have void upgrades on all of the drawers. I think I do, but I'm going to double check again. But we need a room for this, and I need to figure out how we're going to set this up. Each one of these produces mostly 3 to 4 things, and one of the things is mostly tungsten, which we're going to get from all of these, so we don't need a detector on each one for tungsten, for example. So we're just going to detect, for example, on the orange antimatter for silicon dioxide and copper, and we're going to say always keep 5,000 copper, or maybe more, maybe 100,000 copper, I guess. We'll see how fast we would go through the white antimatter, but essentially if we turn on the spawners again, we should be able to get an infinite amount of these. Because we're going to need all of these for singularities, and we're going to need 5,000 of them for each one of the singularities, and we need each singularity to make one of these, and each one of these is used to make the antimatter ingots, which requires 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 of these. So we would need 55,000 of each of one of these if we want to make one ingot, which we are going to need 1, 2, 3, 4 ingots to make the power cell, the creative ME, or the creative storage disk, or to craft any of the armors and tools. But I think we're going to hold off on the armor and tools because that's just insane. But my goal could be to get the creative power cell and to get the creative storage disk. So we would need 1, 2, 3, 4 of each of the ingots, which would mean if we set it to 100,000, we can craft a couple ingots, wait until it gets to another 100,000, and that should be fine. I think that will be cool. Since we're setting everything to 100,000, might as well go crazy, right? So to figure out how we're going to control this, we don't need to worry about the bottom. It's going to be an importer. So on the top, we are going to have an exporter. And if we want to have this in the wall, we can probably have 1, 2, 3, 4 of these, and then we can turn a corner and do 1, 2, 3, 4 of these, turn a corner, 1, 2, 3, 4 of these, turn a corner, 1, 2, 3, 4 of these, right? And then if we have exporters on top, on all of these, we don't have to place them on all of them, but we can have detectors in the back, kind of like this and like this. Ooh, that's gonna clash with that one. Right, so we could do the corner one kind of like this, but then we, I mean, if we leave enough space in the back, we could do 2 of them like so on each one. Let me do a little bit of fiddling around and see if I can figure it out. The solution is to go vertically instead of horizontally, and we're going to have a redstone relay line here with an output on the exporter and 2 inputs on top of both of the detectors, and an importer on the bottom to put everything into the storage system. Here we're going to have an exporter on redstone signal with a crafting upgrade, and that is going to just export all of the antimatters directly from our system. And the room has to be 11 by 11 on the inside and 17 by 17 on the outside. So we need a cube somewhere that is going to produce this. So basically we're just going to start off with an 11 by 11. And it really doesn't matter where we build it because we can just wire it up from wherever to whenever. So I think we can go kind of like on this side. Do we have an angel block? We do have angel blocks. Can I make one? Do I have feathers? I do. Awesome, cool. So let's say we put this here. Yeah, we'll hook it up somehow. We'll figure it out. So that will be our corner, and we can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and just build the cube. I have 4 of these set up. We need to do that 3 more times, which I will do off camera. We're done. So that took a little bit of time, but I decided to actually hook up the cables in a circle on the bottom and on the top. And then we have just a cable here going, connecting both of them. And we're going to connect them up on the front here. And eventually we might have more machines on top of this because we could potentially just put another exporter here, machine here, importer here, for example, on the bottom. And what we can then do on the top as well is put an exporter, machine, and then importer. And we would just replace this cable with an importer, which would reconnect the detector anyway. So that can be on for the future. And that way we never have to put cables in between the edges here. And this will just always be connected. The simplest way to hook this to the system is with a network receiver right here where we had that cable, because it's nicely hidden and it can connect to every other machine that we set up in the future, because we can just run the cable up and then run cables over on the top. So now we can actually start automating this. So if we do an exporter, we're going to say only work with redstone signal and export yellow antimatter with a crafting upgrade into the dissolver. I didn't really think of power, but yeah, we have the wireless crystals, or we can at least make one right now, and we're gonna hook it up to the thing, and we can put it possibly in the middle. So let's do bam, 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 middle block, and I'm gonna hook it up off camera a little bit. So as far as the crafting goes, for example, for the yellow antimatter, we have to figure out which of the 2 or 3 things that we want to control this on. Yeah, so this is 3. Are we getting we're getting sulfur from loot crates, so we don't need to control the sulfur, right? That's cool. And sulfur is used to make more yellow antimatter, so it shouldn't really run out because we're gonna get more sulfur as we do this. But yeah, yellow antimatter, we're gonna do scandium and chromium. So if we do chromium and scandium here, and if we go into the detector here and we set this to emit signals when it's under 100,000 chromium, and this is going to be a redstone input, this is going to be a redstone output, we should be seeing yellow antimatter going into here. And then on the bottom here, we're going to say scandium, emit a signal when we're under 100,000, like so. And that should be a relay power, cool. And that should be an output, awesome. So we're getting that, and we just need power. So I need to grab my crystal binder and hook this to all of the machines. Like so. And we need to then hook this guy downstairs to the power. So over here, we need to come and click you onto here. So if we then head on back to dissolvers, we should be dissolving things here. Yep, it is doing it very slowly or very quickly, but slowly from the crafting thing. So if we add some speed upgrades, which we have 1,000 of, we could even do a stack upgrade. Well, I do have one already made. So if we do one of these, you should be exporting a stack at a time. Okay, so it's a stack every so often, and we need an importer probably with another stack upgrade, which we can easily do. We have sugar and upgrades for days. So if we do this, this should be importing most of the things quick enough. Yeah, so that should be fine. What if we do this with 3 speed upgrades? Is that going to be... No. Okay, what if we do 2 speed upgrades and a stack upgrade? It's going to do a stack every... I mean, just a stack upgrade should be fine. And we should be getting chromium and scandium inside of the system. We already have 1,000 of this, and I'm going to go and figure out if I have enough upgrades in all of these for it to not just void it indefinitely. Because we basically need 2 upgrades in each one of these. So let's find chromium. I think it should be here. Yep. Okay, do I have upgrades inside? I do. So we need 2 upgrades total in all of these pretty much. And scandium, you do have upgrades, so we're going to take all of those out. And sulfur should be upgraded to the max tier anyway, and it's already maxed out. And just to mark this out, we're going to add a cover here on top, cover here on the bottom, and we need also a hollow cover right underneath here on this. So we cover that up as well, and that is looking neat. We can also put a yellow antimatter cover, or do we want to just put white? We can put white, because that's going to be simpler. Otherwise, I would have to make structural duct covers for each one of these. So can I kind of reach? I can. There we go. So that should be nicely hidden, and we can then add also a white cover. I think I did make, yeah, I have 60 of them in here. We can add white covers here on the top, like so, and that way we have yellow, we can have orange, we can have red, and then just go around here with all the colors. I have only set up 2, and we have already gone through 10,000 white antimatter. So if I set up more of these, we're going to go through white antimatter fairly quickly, which means that we would need to set up a master switch on all of our spawners, which would mean that I need to set up redstone transmitters and these detectors in a different way, because, how would we do this? I could just set up a copy of all of these and then do a detector somewhere with redstone transmitters for all of our spawners. I think that would be the simplest solution for this. And we could just temporarily put it somewhere in the corner and move it later. I think that that might be the easiest solution. Did I do redstone? I do not have those on redstone. It's simple enough to do this and set up crafting recipes for all of these. I have comparators, I have torches. I don't think I have machine frames, or machine bases, I should say. There we go. And we only need redstone transmitters. So we're gonna need 8 of these. Start. Okay. This will mean that we're gonna get more and more items from each of the spawners, because this is gonna be running, which is fine. So we're gonna just void all of the ender pearls that we're gonna get pretty much. But the rest of the stuff, we can just add more upgrades in the drawers and not really worry about it, and just have multiple stacks upon rods and stuff. This is going to be our temporary spawner master switch, and I set this to 100,000 white antimatter, and that will turn on eventually once we burn through 280 still thousand of white antimatter, which is, we're going through it quite decently. So I can now not worry about setting up more of these guys right here. So I'm going to go and continue and set up just all of these, which is going to take a bit of time. We have successfully burnt through all of our antimatter, and it's currently only coming in through the spawners that we have turned on down below. And I decided to build in the room just so we can see how the room is going to look from the inside. The outside is still very, very much barren. So what I'm thinking, since we're burning through everything super quickly, we're going to set everything to 10,000 for the time being, and then we're going to wait until the antimatter builds back up again once we're done with pretty much all of these to 10,000, because most of these are like iron and tungsten, which is already built up to 10,000, which we don't really need that much of. And for example, aluminum, we're already at 10,000. So I'm just going to go around, turn everything off, and we're going to see how many we still need to run for this to finish. We are pretty much halfway processed on this. This entire side is fully complete because it's mostly iron and tungsten. And then this guy is only running for samarium, which we're currently at 5.9 thousand. So that's going to finish eventually. And then these two sides are pretty much not done. So all I can do now is just let this go and it will do its thing. And eventually all of these will turn off. As soon as we get more white antimatter inside of the system, it's immediately going to get pulled out when we get a stack, I think. And it's going to get crafted into a stack of something from here. And that's going to process. And eventually we should complete all of these. Now that we have a passive income of indium and scandium, and we have produced a little bit of that, we can make a few more scandium and indium ingots, so we can make a few more of the machine casings to make redstone furnaces, pulverizers, and such. And what I want to automate next is the creation of these processors, and each one of these requires a processor binding, which requires a slime ball to make 8. And what we can do is automate pink slime by getting a pink slime spawner, because pink slime can be used in terms of regular slime for all of the recipes, and it can also be used in the pink generator, which we need something pink, and it's going to solve 2 birds with 1 stone, or hit, knock, whatever the saying is. But also we can even use it in the slimy generator with some milk as well. So it's basically knocking out 2 generators out of the park. I essentially wanted to do slime with the sapling infuser and use water and flux phytogrow. We're still gonna make flux phytogrow for a tree farm, I think, to make wood, basically. So I'm thinking that the pink slime spawner will be the way to go. Do I have a pink slime captured? I have a pink slime bucket. And plus we do have a bajillion pink slime. Okay, so if we grab a we don't need a reservoir, we just need another bucket, right? Just so we can keep that one in the system. We're gonna take this over to the deep dark. I'm gonna grab a imprisonment tool if I have one. There we go. And we can head on over to our spawners. There we go. Where we're gonna place down the pink slime, wait for the pink slime to spawn so we can capture it. Then we're gonna set up our mob duplicator again that I thought we weren't gonna need. Clicked out. Hello, pink slime, thank you. And we're just gonna go and kill a bunch of these until we get their egg so we can set up another spawner. I killed a bunch of pink slime, got 3 spawn pink slime eggs, and I already had one in the system and I totally forgot about it. Anyway, so we at least got a few loot crates. We also got a pink slime which is nice. What I'm actually gonna do here, we're gonna take all of this pink slime out. We're gonna unlock this. We're gonna grab all the slime bits out of here. And we're gonna toss, nope. Yep. Doesn't want to work. Okay. Do this the hard way. Or the easy way, I should say. I'm gonna take this out, slime on, slime balls in, lock, and then come with me. Bam. Okay, that was more trouble than it should have been. So this can all go into the system. Boom, 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 boom. And all of the slime balls can go in. And for the time being, they're just going to get used up in crafting recipes until we run out. And then we're going to switch crafting recipes over to pink slime, which we can now take a slime egg and also a spawner of any variety. And I'm going to upgrade it and we can set it up in the spawner room. To set up another mob spawner, we need another fortune add-on, which requires emeralds, which has been the painstaking thing to get. And I found the easiest way to do it is to just get it from the autumn, where we can get emerald ore directly. We have 21. I think this should be good for a little bit at least. We can directly just fortune it, or we can, I think, like triple it with... We can directly flux anodizer it to 2 emeralds. We can tectonic initiator it to 3 emeralds. I mean, it's just the magma crucible with petroleum dust. We can probably do that downstairs, I think. That shouldn't be too difficult to do, I think. All we really need is some bronze plates, a signalum gear to get us the tectonic initiator, and we're gonna grab our pulverizer and we're gonna head on downstairs. And I'm running out of meat because I was doing a bunch of vein mining. We'll sort it out in a moment, but I think I have some sort of spot here. Yeah, I could even toss it in this pulverizer as well, but what we're gonna actually do is we're gonna go here. We're gonna grab our magma crucible that's here. I also did a bit of shenanigans here, which I'll show you in a moment. But we're gonna toss this guy here. We're gonna say melt this petroleum dust. And you are set to output on the right now. This guy can't accept fluids anyway. And here we can add this. So the petroleum can go inside and we can then process our emeralds extremely slowly. But eventually we should get, can we do a kit? Can we do at least one of these? We can. Okay. I added the recipes for all of these. I don't think we have the rest of the stuff. Oh, we do. We do have one for this. Do we have aluminum gear? I don't think we do. No, we're missing enderium. Okay, so we can do at least this, and we can add this augment back. And I think I have a bunch of augments made, so we can do another one and at least make this a little bit faster. But that should get us enough emeralds for what we need. Over here, what I did though is I can toss polymer clay in here. It's gonna get processed in the simulation chamber. And I currently was using the Ender Dragon data model. The rest goes in here, which is all of the matters, and then the pristine things go in here and get processed into whatever I need. So I was doing draconium dust for more draconium, since we used a bunch in the last episode. Now we can make our fortune add-on. I also need to get another fortune book, which I think I have books in here, right? And I have to go through, but I don't think I have another fortune. No, because I would have only just one and all of these are, yeah. So can I make another stack of books? We're missing more wood. That's fine. I think we have some books in here. We have 18. We can try and do a bunch of enchanting like so and extracting like so to see if we can get another fortune. I think I have an idea of where we can put the pink slime spawner. We're going to put it exactly where that guy is. We're just going to replace the spawners and we're going to rebuild this at some point. And over here, I'm going to build another nether themed one in the same way that we did all of these. And we're just going to use it for the zombie pigment spawner. So let me just get straight to building this. I'm just going to do it off camera. You've seen me build this so many times that I don't want to bore you with another building montage. Where is my building gadget? There you are. Okay, so we need a vertical column of range 15, and then we're just gonna select that. Actually, select the netherrack, and I'm gonna grab a bit of that. 1, 2, 3. So we can do a 1 in the corner, 1 over here, and here I can just use the exchanging gadget, I think, in the corner. That will work as well. I pretty much have the other one set up, all except for the ceiling. So we're just gonna sneakily grab this spawner here, and we're gonna also head on top here just to grab the transmitter, because we're gonna need the other one to work, the other spawner, I mean. So we're gonna set up this relay back on top of here. Oh, hello, hole. So we can just block this off for the time being. And we can head on over in here. And what we can then do is grab, let's say, the gold and do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then put the pig zombie spawner on top. We can just vein mine the gold away. Okay, and we can then do structural ducts on top. Add the wireless transmitter, finish up the ceiling, and then this spawner should be up and running once more. And there we go. The zombie pigment spawner is up and running. It is very ugly up top. I'm gonna fix it up later. We're now just gonna take a bunch of regular old stone and we're just gonna exchange everything here for stone just so it is nice and basic and a blank palette for us to build it whenever we need to for the pink slime. I totally forgot we had a trash can right over here, and I just grabbed it, and we're gonna go set it up back up over here because I forgot we're avoiding everything right here. So let's head in the back here like so, and we're gonna smack a trash can right here, and then from this guy we're gonna set up an insert here with enable whitelist this and then ore and meta matching. I think. No. Wait. No. That should have filtered everything, right? Stuff is still going in here, so if we just if we do here a blacklist like this, we shouldn't be putting that, and we also don't want to keep the zombie heads, I believe. So we're gonna do a blacklist here, and we're gonna do a whitelist for zombie heads right over here, so that should be good. I then just have to void all of these friggin' golden swords from my inventory and from here. If we do this, this should probably clear it up real quick. And we can then toss all of the loot crates and all of that in there. And we can then just trash can everything. Since we now added our 9th spawner, we need a space for the lamp. So we're gonna grab a pink slime, and we're also gonna grab an item frame that I have here with the clear, and we're gonna put you right here, pink slime, and then I think I can break this and this, and we can grab some structural ducts and add some relays right here and right here. And I think I have the redstone. Oh, hello. No. I think the redstone is on red. No, it's on purple because it's witches. Yeah. Okay, so we can do pink right here. And we're actually going to put this guy on the other side because I thought I was going to put it on there. And here we're running out of space. Okay, so this network transmitter has to move. Right. So let's do the transmitter right back there. Where are you going? You're linked to something. Well, we'll figure out what it's linked to because we're gonna unlink it over there. So you can get this. Oh, it shouldn't be. Yeah, moving the transmitters is fine. Moving the receivers is a pain. Anyway, pink slime. Give me one, please. Thank you. We're gonna set this to emit a signal when less than 100,000, and we're not emitting a signal? Hello? Under... Do this. This. Why are you... Oh, you are emitting a signal. It's so difficult to see. Anyway, let's break this and replace it, because normally I need to do that. That was so weird. Anyway, I'm just a little bit blind. That's okay. So structural duct over here, and then a relay right here, and set this guy to be pink. And I don't think I set the other one up here to output. I did not output. There we go. Pink slime. We can grab ourselves some covers for white antimatter. Boom and boom. And there we go. Are we getting pink slime? I don't think so. We also don't have the chunk loaded, I don't think. So let's go fix the problems. We definitely do have the chunk loaded since that was the pigment. We don't have this chunk loaded. So let's do not F3G, just tab claim chunks. Give me, I think it's this one. Yep. Shift click. There we go. Cool. So that is now sorted. And here, what you generally have to do is you have to go and break and replace the transmitter, because this guy is not sending any power, but we need to do that. We're still not sending any power, but I think this should be fine on this side. So let's get on over to the base, and you just break and replace pretty much all of the things. So generally what you do, the detector is normally what's causing the issue. So you do that, 100K. That's 1 million. Whoops. Delete. 100K. There we go. We're emitting a signal. Slime. Still nothing. So I'll just do that off camera. The spawner is upgraded. We have redstone power coming over here. So I want to test if it's not pink slime, if it's just Or if it's the pink slime that is the issue, or is it the regular slime that's the issue? What gives? I mean, I could go and try and get a regular slime thing. If not, we do have a pink slime soul, and we do have draconic things, so we could make it into a draconic spawner, I guess. You know what? Let's just try that. I have plenty of spawners. It's not going to hurt me if I take another one of these. So let's grab a core. I think we can do one of these. I don't know if it pops the one off or if you need the previous one. So let's grab both of these. And then I think you just place the spawner down and you just right click it. Yeah, there we go. We get a stabilized mob spawner. Okay. I think this still can be turned on and off with redstone. Oh, and I think it lost its soul. Yeah, that's fine. So let's do this. Let's come over here. We're going to do that. Stabilized mob spawner. And then we're going to grab a soul of a pink slime. Toss you in here. And this is emitting a redstone signal. We're going to see... Oh, this does work. Okay, cool. And that kills... Oh, it does turn them into smaller slimes. Okay, that's cool. Neat. So this works. I don't know if this stops without a redstone signal. Ah, there we go. Redstone output, it stops it. Okay, so I think we just do inverted scaled. And that way, as soon as this is not receiving a redstone signal, it's gonna do its thing. Okay, sure, that works. That's neat, cool. So what we could try is get souls for all of these, because once we get to the awakened tiers, that will make the spawners much better. Even though apotheosis spawners are really cool, I don't really know why you're not spawning, but anyhoozle, we have pink slime now, at least. And the next thing that we just need to do is hook up this ender chest over to our ender chest extraction. So we're going to do that, extract stack 5, and that should clean up this ender chest, except for this guy apparently, which somehow managed to get its way in there. But that is producing us pink slime now, and we can look at slime. We already have 396 of it, which is wonderful. I wanted to just do a test, and I added a dragon egg to the spawner, and now it seems to work. Which makes the slime spawn inside of the spawner as well. This is just, it's loud. Okay, let me fly away a little bit. So the spawner does work. I don't know why it didn't work in the deep dark. Maybe I needed to do the whole ignore spawn cap or ignore spawn conditions thing, but I don't know. It does work, but it doesn't work there. Okay, let's just see. We're gonna toss this guy right here. It's currently not gonna run because I need to flip the switch here. So let's do scaled and pink slime and a butt ton of them. Okay, so that works. It clears them out. Let's see if we can head on out of here before more of them escape. Hi, thank you. Okay, you can go right in here to get sorted out. So, okay, the ignore spawn cap does work. They do spawn on top of the spawner, but I think since they're slime, they just wiggle themselves out or they just wander out. So I think we shouldn't have an issue of mobs getting stuck on top, because I think they do passively wander, like normal mobs do as well. But since they can't see from like the top on there, they don't have anywhere to go, is what I'm trying to say. When they spawn on top of there, they just stay there and accumulate, and these guys are just gonna either die or just fall off. So that is gonna get us pink slime very, very quickly. Let's also add a dislocator normalization field projector. It is here. It's just, oh, you have a bigger range, magnet. That's annoying. Anyway, it does work. It is doing its thing. All we needed was a dragon egg. Hi. How did you... Okay. Right, because these are slimes. They might need a bigger room. Or maybe we slow down the spawner a little bit, because it's spawning a whole ginormous amount of them. Let me watch this for like 5 minutes or so and see if more of them escape. I decided to switch it back over to the Draconic spawner because the slimes were getting out after around 5 minutes or so of AFKing right over here. So we're just gonna have that. It's gonna be a little bit slower, but we can add an awakened core and see if that's gonna work. But I think as soon as too many slimes spawn, they glitch out through the glass. So we might leave it at that or upgrade it. We'll see. But anyway, this is gonna have to be it for today, so I want to thank you all so much for watching. I'm really hoping you enjoyed today's episode. If you did, make sure to hit the like button. You can also subscribe to get notified of when new videos go live. You can also support me on Patreon down below if you want to play with me here on this server. And I will see you all in the next episode. Have a good one. Bye-bye.